I'm a big believer in ripping the Band-Aid off, so I'm gonna get right to it. The play next year is Europe. That's your path to the NBA.
That's Wait, you're not kidding. Europe?
Mm-hmm.
No. The play is college. It's always been college.
Plans change, MP.
No, I did everything. Everything I was supposed to. I'm ranked. I have scholarships. Why are we changing the plan now?
Listen, you did an amazing job these past few months. But the problem is that you came into the game too late. You have too much ground to make up for, and you can't do that in college, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Mr. Kelly. I'm starting to wonder if you should be my agent.
All right. Can I make my case?
The floor is all yours.
Okay. You can answer questions in Europe that you can't answer in college. Questions that NBA GMs need answers to if they're going to draft you. And most importantly, you can answer them next year. College is at minimum a 2-year plan. You've got too many established players ahead of you to hit as a freshman, and every year you don't get drafted, your odds of getting drafted plummet.
Okay. I want to see what you see. So, walk me through it.
The biggest question facing 80% of players entering the draft is whether they have an NBA body. You go to Europe, play against grown men, you've answered that question.
Still not seeing it. What else you got?
You can prove you don't have character issues.
Man, I was late to one game.
And got suspended for the biggest game of the only season you have played in competitive club league ball. It's not fair, but it's out there. You go to Europe, you can prove that you play with a professional work ethic, and now you've answered another question, a big one.
Okay. So I'm behind. How do I make up all this ground?
In Europe, you'll devote every waking minute to basketball while your peers are back home sweating out midterms. That's a huge advantage. And not for nothing, but the salary in Europe is way better than any NIL you're
The
getting.
only money I care about is the NBA money. I'm not trying to fumble that bag because the NIL isn't good enough.
I make a percentage of your salary, MP. I'd be a fool to do anything that jeopardizes your NBA career.
That's a good point. I have nothing.
Look, we live in a world with Wemby, Luka, and Giannis. Scouts know how to evaluate what you're doing overseas. And by the way, you wouldn't be the first American to do this either. Ask LaMelo if he regrets skipping college.
Do I have any offers?
2 of them. I wouldn't bring this to you on a whim. The first one is from Basket Madrid in the Spanish National Champions League, the most competitive league in Europe. If you thrive over there, you are guaranteed to get drafted.
Okay, so what's the other one?
Paris FC Basket in the French Basketball Super League. They got a lot of first-round prospects this year. Outplaying them will cement your spot on any GM's draft board.
I'm not gonna hold you. I like how those sound.
Plus, I'm hiring a professional videographer to chronicle it all, so GMs will see everything you do. Look, I know it's not what you pictured, but if you're honest with yourself, I think you'll know it's the right move.
When you're saying all of that, it makes sense in my mind. But, not gonna lie, it doesn't feel great.
Well, it'll feel a lot better when you hear your name called on draft night.
Okay? Okay.
Okay.
I'm in. I just hope you know what you're talking about, Mr. Kelly.
Well, what's it going to be? France or Spain?
Let's see. Bonjour, it's me, MP, and I'm coming to you live from France. And this is the very first episode of Out of Bounds, the web series that takes you behind the scenes of my basketball journey. And helping me film these videos is my main man, Xander Jones, our in-house filmmaker. Xander, come talk to the people.
Hey, I'm Xander. I'll be helping out MP with his social media content.
All right, get out of here. But Xander, you got any questions for your boy?
Yeah, how are you adjusting to life in France so far?
Woo, man, listen, I just got here yesterday. So I've basically unpacked my clothes, and that's it.
That's fair. When do you start hooping?
I'm actually about to head to the gym for my first practice with Paris FC Basket. I'm gonna meet my teammates, my coaches, and I'm just really looking forward to it all.
All right, after you settle in, what are you looking forward to the most about living in France?
I know it, but whatever. The food. My dad's an amazing chef, and he gave me this whole list of stuff I gotta try.
All right, well, what's on it?
Man, this thing is in categories, bro. I barely know how to say this stuff, but we got beef bourguignon, coq au vin, ratatouille, and cassoulet. He's got like 75 cheeses on the list and all kinds of breads.
Man, that sounds like a serious list.
Oh yeah, my dad does not play when it comes to his food. But that all comes later, because I came here to prove myself against the best NBA prospects in France, and everything takes a backseat to that goal.
Bet that. Sounds like you're in for some exciting times out here.
And you're all along for the ride with me, so can't wait. Are we done? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, when I think we have enough, I'll give you a cut signal. I'll just straight up say we're good.
Oh, right. You said that before. My bad.
Nah, bro, look, don't sweat it. You know, you're doing great, bro. Your personality is really coming through, and that's what's gonna hook people. They'll come for the basketball, but they want to get to know you, as a person. So,
Luckily, I'm a yapper, so.
I could definitely see that. You got any plans for after practice?
Rest and recovery, really. I got my first game coming up in a couple of days, so I'm like, I gotta be ready. Yeah.
And go! Let's move! Let's move! Full speed! Full speed! Come on! Let's go!
I got Bucky that time.
Cheaters never win.
No, I got him. Hey, is all the practices this intense?
The first part, yes. Then we do more plays and things of that nature. Then more conditioning. Then more plays. It keeps going on and on like this.
Man, I gotta tell you something. Back home, captains usually come a bit more serious, but I like you. You're funny.
This is not a joke. We have to have peak fitness to compete. Like football.
Let's huddle up! Let's go! Let's go!
I understand.
This is professional life. We make practice difficult so that the games are easy.
Fourth quarter's winning time, boys. But it's also when you're the most exhausted. To win, we gotta be the fittest team on the court. All right, so we're gonna do a scrimmage that simulates late game exhaustion. Short shot clock, full court, all out hustle. I want you moving faster than Busta Rhymes raps, all right? Let's go, let's go!
Hey, Cap, does Coach know Busta Rhymes or something?
No.
Weird.
Shoot that! Get the board! Who's watching here? Get it going! Make a ball! Squeeze! Get it! Oh, get back! Shooter, no! Go! Take that! Give me that! Yeah! Come on, watch me, man! Hold on! Watch the screen! Who's watching you? Switch! Box out! Let's go! Conditioning is not optional, people. All right? Okay. We're going to work on sideline out-of-bounds plays, a staple of late-game offense. These have to be executed to perfection to be successful, which is especially hard when you're tired. First play is called Cypress. What we're trying to do is spring Pierre for a 3, and there are 3 members of Cypress Hill, so that should be easy to remember. Insane in the membrane. Anyone?
Insane in the brain.
Bogey gets it. See? He gets it. All right. What we're trying to do is get Pierre an open look for a corner 3. MP, you got to set a hard screen. If your man blows past you, we're cooked. Got it?
Oui, coach. I got you.
You got it? Okay, good. Let's go. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Move it, MP! Get to your spot now! Come on! Play tough! Play tough! Oh, God! You're not in high school anymore, MP! You gotta play tough here! Let's go! Bang that! Bang that!
Cap, was that dude raised by a pack of wolves?
What do you mean by this?
I mean, it feels like a pack of animals just ran through me.
He's a good guy to have on your side. Doesn't talk much, but loyal.
To you, maybe.
We need to know these plays backwards and forwards, MP. You're not Dr. Dre. We're not gonna wait 16 years for you to release Compton.
What you mean, coach?
You need to move quickly, without hesitation, like
Lil Wayne releasing his mixtapes at his peak.
Better.
Okay, good. Let's do it.
Coach Graves makes confusing hip-hop metaphors from 30 years ago.
Does he know that, though?
I don't think so.
Let's line them up!
All right, first game coming up later today. Walk us through it, MP.
Ooh, okay, we're taking on Nanterre. I hope I said that right. But, it's led by Benoit Lambert, a projected second rounder. He's a stretch big who can knock it down from outside.
I feel you. All right, well, obviously you're looking to win this game, but as someone with an eye on the NBA draft, how does that affect your approach?
My approach never changes. I compete as hard as I can and I play to win. But when you go up against another draft prospect, you have an opportunity. You know, you gotta give the scouts a one-to-one comparison. So, if I'm outplaying this guy on the same court, in the same game, and he's projected to go second round, what does that make me?
Makes sense. How has practice been so far?
Tough. These guys really get after it in scrimmages, but it's gonna make me a complete player. Someone any NBA team could use.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think we got what we need.
Nice. Look, I'm not gonna complain on tape, but bro, these practices are killing me. Oh, God, these Euro dudes, I don't get it. They love to hack, and somehow the conditioning programs are even crazier.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, you do look a little rough. You feeling all right?
I'm a little beat up, to be honest with you, and I'm extremely sore, but I gotta find a way to push through it.
Yes, sir. It's just an adjustment. You be all right.
Yeah, just, you know, this kind of stuff, just make sure we keep it off of socials, all right?
No, of course, man. We in this together. We only gonna show the world what you want them to see.
Yeah, that's good.
What's
Xander,
up?
I need help up.
I got you.
Yep.
Oh! Yes, sir.
Gosh. A city with tremendous history and a love for basketball. We are live in Paris. Good evening and welcome. We have FBSL action coming your way here on 2K Sports. Nanterre versus Paris. I'm Blake Suniga, joined by Tim Swartz and Brian Benefatemi. We should have a fun one here.
The FBSL season is young, and so is the talent here in Paris. I'm excited to see how Benoit Lambert looks this. year, as well as the newcomer, MP.
MP, the latest American to jump over and join Paris FC's roster, and not an easy transition, fellas.
No, not at all, Blake, but this is the path MP chose. And we'll find out very quickly how he stacks up against some of the best young talent that France has to offer. And a lot of great talent on the floor in this one. But the big name has to be Benoit Lambert, really a guy that could play in the NBA one day.
Outside Illich. Back to MP. Shoots a three. And it's Nanterre with the rebound. Lambert.
And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, we don't know if Lambert has any intention to head over the pond to play in the United States, but the skill is certainly there.
Well, he's so young, but already has a claim as one of the best shooters in all of Europe. Very easy release, can hit shots with a hand in his face. He's the star on this Nanterre team, and he's got a bright future.
Good work there as it goes.
Unafraid to get into the lane and challenge that defense, Gabriel Chauvet.
Ahern, Marks defending.
Unloads, and a nice shot by Owens.
You know, one thing for a lot of these young players, this is the first time they're going up against grown men.
The level of strength is something you cannot prepare for. When you face off against players that do this for a living, it's a little bit different than in youth programs.
Now here's Ahern, covered by Marchand.
Sadirko, good.
Unselfish play by Ahern. If your shot isn't there, you got to give it away.
Now Peltier. Marchand with it.
Shot clock at 5.
It's Marks on the wing.
Over Ahern. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Nice rotation on the ball there for Marks.
Here's Owens.
Outside Illich. Outside Dumont.
Inside, Owens.
And Lambert pulls it down. And here we see the debut of MP, a guy who made his way over from Vermont in the United States.
Yeah, I'm a little interested to watch MP. He's looking to try and carve out a path to becoming a professional player, either here in Europe or back in the NBA. His agent urged him to come to France and develop his game.
Here's Owens. Up again. The shot comes out.
And Nanterre has possession. Peltier outside. Yes, and a nice assist from Chauvet.
And Peltier is dangerous when he's shooting with confidence. Nice work rising and firing off the catch.
That one goes. Count it.
It makes it so easy for your teammate when you can lead him to the rim that well with a pass.
And here's Marchand. Peltier outside.
Plenty of space.
Harris grabs the miss.
Something that's interesting, when you kind of think about it, is the fitness level of these players at the professional level. It's something else. You don't realize how demanding the game is until you're here.
Everything is faster, and you have to push your body to match it. For young guys like MP and these other prospects, that can be a very tough adjustment.
Ahern with the rebound. It's Paris leading. MP outside. Dumont. Back to MP. Dumont on the wing.
Looking for his first basket still in this one. And a miss there on the triple.
Now here's Marchand. And it's Peltier on the wing. Outside Chauvet.
The three-pointer, no good.
Dumont. He's guarded by Peltier.
And here's MP from the arc.
And Lambert pulls it down. Marchand outside. Pass to Lambert. Good, and Marchand gets the assist.
Don't take your eyes off him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor.
And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far.
And welcome back as we get set to start the second quarter here in Paris.
So both teams making some changes here.
Timeout called, Paris. Paris trailing. And for the young players like MP joining this team, they're trying to find their role in the rotation.
It's not always easy, how to fit in here in Europe. It's a really high level of play. And it's especially difficult for those like MP who come from overseas.
Pass to Lambert.
And just miss after miss right now. Down low.
Owens.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
What this team loves about MP, he's got those humble roots, has worked for everything he's got in his career, giving his all here in Europe.
Now here's Marchand.
Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points in the game.
Lambert can't get it to go. And it's Paris with the ball.
Yeah, 4-point game.
Pass to Ahern. Now here's MP. Chauvet covering. Right side Dumont. And here's MP from the arc. That one falls. Nice feed from Dumont.
And the coach of this Paris FC team, Wayne Graves, he worked his way through the ranks. He would spend some time as an assistant coach in the NBA before relocating to Europe.
No doubt. Graves is an American coach, and that shows up a bit in the sets he draws up. But at the end of the day, he's proved that he knows his X's and O's.
Now here's MP.
12 points for him.
Outside Dumont.
Fires from the line.
Marchand with the rebound. Here's Bleu. Three-pointer Chauvet.
Good on the triple.
Well, out here in Europe, there are no shortage of sharpshooters. Chauvet showing off his long-range talent.
Here's Dumont.
Pass to Zadirko.
Lesueur. Now Dumont. Here's Owens. Another three for Paris.
Well, MP certainly found his groove tonight. The defense can't allow him to keep rolling like this.
Here's Bleu.
To the middle.
It's stolen by Ahern. Here's Owens.
Zadirko, good.
Well, at just about 250 pounds, Zadirko can be a wrecking ball in close.
To the wing on the left.
Here's Chauvet.
And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Found the soft spot in the D right there.
Now Dumont.
He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Owens, no good.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. To the paint.
And stolen by MP.
Three-pointer.
And Dumont gets the trifecta.
Well, that's a quick shot from Dumont, but when you're already set up, why hesitate?
Faked in off the glass.
Took advantage of some shoddy D there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far.
Paris FC basket ahead.
Up 5. And don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Good to have you back with us for this matchup between Nanterre Elite and Paris FC Basket. The second half just getting underway. One thing we can be sure of, there will be plenty of scouts in the stands for all of these games.
Yeah, the French League is a hotbed for talent, and scouts from all over will be watching. There's a chance several of these players make the jump to a bigger club, or even, dare I say, the NBA.
Nanterre trailing here. Here's Lambert. And Lambert with the slam.
Coming down the lane, Lambert using that length.
And here's Paris. Dumont with it. Shoots over Peltier. And stolen by Lambert. It's Peltier on the wing. Pass to Marchand. And here's Chauvet. Marchand outside.
6 on the shot clock.
Lambert can't get it to go.
To the inside. Owens.
Yes, and a nice assist from Elich.
Relentless inside effort from MP. He was committed to getting that to go.
It's Peltier on the wing. Back to Marchand.
And he banks in the layup. Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter.
Pass to Elich.
Owens.
A kick out to Dumont.
The second chance effort. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, you can't be too aggressive with Dumont. He knows how to draw contact.
And he hits both from the stripe.
And Nanterre has possession. It's Peltier on the wing. Lambert.
Zadirko defending.
Peltier left side.
Just 5 to shoot.
Outside Marks.
From downtown.
It's hauled in by Paris.
Pass to Zadirko.
Ahern.
Here's MP for 3.
Paris FC basket with another miss. Now here's Chauvet.
Another shot.
And the layup good by Lambert. And without a doubt, the star of this Nanterre elite team is Benoit Lambert. He can shoot the lights out, fellas.
And we've talked about Lambert's shooting, but he has a polish to his game that you rarely see from players this young. It's a big reason why scouts are so excited to see him develop.
Now here's Dumont.
5 points in the game.
Shoots over Peltier. And that one's good, Dumont.
Well, they trust Dumont for mid-range, and when you see that, how could you not? As a leader on this team, he'll call his own shots.
Here's Marks. Back to Peltier. Over Dumont. Peltier, no good. Paris with the lead.
Count the basket.
That's just sheer will from Dumont right there. Not allowing the physical coverage to deter him.
Now here's Chauvet.
He's covered closely.
Up top, Marchand. Defended by Elich. Peltier outside.
From outside, off the mark. One item that stood out is their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it's tough to defend.
Superb assist. He played the role of maestro on that one.
Now here's Marchand. Pass to Peltier.
To the paint.
Lambert.
And the shot goes in.
Well, everybody knows that Lambert can do work outside, but what you might forget is he's got no trouble scoring inside as well.
He does more than just put another 2 points on their lead. He does it with style.
He sure does. It's a dazzling move to the bucket.
And what a finish.
What a finish indeed. I mean, look, he may not be the biggest man in the league, but he more than makes up for that with his unreal aerial skills.
Three-pointer Chauvet. And a great assist by Lambert as that one goes in.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head into the fourth quarter.
Paris FC basket ahead.
They lead by 6. And time for a short break.
And we welcome you back to Paris. The two teams are all set as we get this fourth quarter going.
Teams deciding to change it up.
And Paris FC basket, call time.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth.
Pass to Marchand. Marks.
Off target with the three.
Well, we heard scouts were here to see what Lambert could do, but MP is certainly making a case for himself.
Most people thought Lambert would be running away with this game, but MP is letting those NBA scouts know Lambert is not the only player they should be paying attention to.
Well, Paris needs Ahern's scoring from all over the floor. His three-point shooting can trigger their entire attack.
Here's Chauvet. And Terra Lead again can't hit. Here's Paris.
Here's Zadirko. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
Marks with the ball. He's picked up by Dumont. Screen by Lambert. Peltier, no good.
Throwing up ill-advised threes isn't how to close this gap. Got to get a better shot than that.
Nice shot by Illich. And Bogey Illich might not be the player he once was, but he can still be a factor.
When the burst he used to have is replaced by his leadership on the floor, much like his twin brother Lazar, who plays for Madrid, Illich is a guy who has found success throughout the years and knows how to win.
Back to MP. Oh, and a slam by MP.
And that's the kind of finish you're looking for. MP is firing up his squad.
And so here's Nanterre.
They trail by 11. To the middle.
Here's Lambert. And Lambert with the slam.
He's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Zadirko right side. Now here's Dumont. He's guarded by Peltier.
And that one drops for him.
Well, you see Dumont making things happen inside. He's the leader of this Paris FC team, and it's easy to see why.
Here's Marchand.
Makes it off the glass.
Now Paris FC basket with it. Right side Illich. Pass to Dumont.
6 to shoot. There's the triple.
And it's Nanterre with the rebound. Three-pointer Chauvet. And it's out of bounds. Nanterre able to retain possession here. Now a timeout called by Nanterre. Here's Lambert.
Zadirko defending.
Good chance here for Peltier. And again, it's Nanterre.
Lambert's shooting isn't the only reason he's on NBA scouts' radar. His passing doesn't look too bad either.
And MP slams it in.
And he gives the rim a good tug on his way down.
That's how to drive your point home.
Let everybody know you made the dunk.
He must have a four-leaf clover on him because he's lucky to get away with that. Could have gotten a technical for hanging too long.
Peltier outside.
No good from outside.
MP on the wing, held by Marchand. And that'll do it. Paris FC coming away with the win. A nice showing from the young team.
Everyone knew this Paris team, they'd be young, but I think they've turned some heads with how far along they are in their development.
A lot to like here from Paris. You know, the debut of MP gives their fan base hope for the season.
I'll be interested in how he develops over the year because he can clearly be an impact player for Paris, and they could be a dangerous team as the season goes on.
And that about does it, folks. For Tim Swartz, Brian Banafitemi, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Blake Suniga saying thanks for watching.
MP, thanks for joining us.
No problem. Happy to be here.
How are you adjusting to the level of competition in France? It's a big step up from high school, yes?
Yeah, for sure. I'm playing against professionals now. They're physical, and they know how to use that strength. They're smart as well. They just process the game much quicker. But that's what I wanted. I'm here to become the best player I can be, and to do that, you have to go up against the best comp. You can't find this anywhere else.
Okay, so despite the adjustment, you managed to outplay Benoit Lambert. Was that a focus for you tonight?
Yeah, my focus is always going to be on winning. I've made no secret that I want to play in the NBA, so I know that Benoit is a big-time prospect here, but I'm here to work on my game, become the best player I can be, and help my team get wins.
Thank you, MP.
You're welcome.
Pete, I want to put a little something in your ear, okay?
Yeah, go ahead, I'm listening.
All right, now I know we're here to work on your draft stock, but I saw your post-game interview the other day, and I don't think you should talk about the NBA with the press that much.
What you mean?
Same goes for your social videos.
Wait, I'm just being honest out there. Like, I don't understand what that has to do with the management. You even said that it was okay in the contract negotiations.
No, look, I'm not worried about management. I'm worried about your teammates. They might not like a constant reminder that you see them as a stepping stone.
But that's not true.
I know. But you've got a lot to gain if this team is successful. Paris doesn't have an automatic berth to the EPA championships, but playing well in that tournament would be huge for your draft stock.
No, yeah, you're right. I hear you, Austin, 100%.
Okay, good. Look, but other than that, you're doing an outstanding job, okay? You came here to outplay top prospects, and you're doing it. Nice work.
I appreciate that, Austin.
All right. Talk soon.
Yep.